I guess the number one thing that I see why people get stuck with symptoms, anxiety, right? The OCD, gut issues, whatever it is, right? Especially anxiety, right? It's all the same. The way you handle things, it's all the same, the way you respond. But I've noticed the number one reason why people are stuck is because they're reprogramming what they don't want to stay there, and not realizing that, hey, the way you're responding is keeping it there. And it's usually by trying to get rid of it, trying to fix it, trying to solve it, analyze it, rush it out the door, right? Trying to feel good now, trying to get relief now. And with this type of work, it doesn't work like that. If you're dealing with anxiety, constant OCD looping thoughts, panic attacks, right? They are literal. It's an alarm system trying to get your attention, right? So what's happening is your stress bucket is starting to get full, right? Your allostatic load, right? Life curveball situations, toxic relationships, toxic work environment, surgeries, childhood trauma, many things, right? The body keeps a score. Drop by drop starts to fill up your bucket, right? And we need to process that and bring that survival state down. You're sitting at 1,000 now, right? You've had tigers in your life, and now you're running a survival state. We want to bring that down over time. It takes time. And we also want to empty your allostatic load one drop at a time, which takes time. So, but what I see, the pattern that I see is usually what people will be like, well, I've been dealing with this for 20 years and, right, I just need a tip. How do I get rid of it? And here's the thing. This is a long game. This isn't something that you're going to get relief right now. This is something where you start doing the work. There's work to do, right? You got to do some work, and you got to start allowing these alarms to scream and let them do their thing without trying to get rid of them, right? You got to be aware of your behavior patterns, right? Why are these alarms screaming right now in your life? Are you in a toxic relationship? Are you in a job? Are you at a job that's toxic? Are the people? Is your work environment stressful, toxic? Is your boss an asshole? Your coworkers throw you under the bus all the time, backstabbers, right? It's trying to get your attention for you to make some changes in your life. So, we try to do them. That's what you got to do. You got to make some hard decisions. And then when you did that, you got to start doing the work. You got to literally do the work, support your alarm system by bringing that survival state down, by doing the pillars, by sending a message of safety while you're dealing with sitting in the danger. Right? So you're surrounded by the danger situations, but you're sending a message of safety to update the program. And that takes time. And you got to stop trying to get rid of your symptoms. Because as soon as you try to get rid of something, right, your anxiety, let's say, you got crazy anxiety, you've had it for 20 years, you don't understand, why is it still there? Well, number one is because you've been sending the wrong message for 20 years. You've been doing it wrong for 20 years. So it doesn't really matter how long you've had it. Somebody could have it for 5 years. Somebody could have it for 20 years. Somebody could have it for 1 year. It doesn't really matter. The fix is the same. It's all about understanding what's going on and doing the work, right? And sending the correct message, the correct response, right? And using these symptoms, feelings, right? Using the anxiety as opportunities, right? As an opportunity, right? The anxiety comes in, you take it as an opportunity to update. So you got to start thinking things a little differently. You got to start going, all right, well, I got to stop trying to get rid of this stuff, because what you resist, right? When you start to resist or avoid, distract, it just reaffirms that this thing that you're trying to run away from, this thing is now a tiger. What you resist persists. So if you try to get rid of something, you're getting rid of what? What are you trying to get rid of? Danger. So the brain goes, oh, thank you for letting me know that. I'm going to keep that alarm on. So what you've been doing is you've been surviving through these alarms for many years. And while these alarms are screaming at you, you've been going, I don't want you. So you keep turning the alarms on. You're making sure, are they on? Is the alarm on? Is the alarm on? I want you to keep screaming at me. Keep screaming at me. I don't like you, but keep screaming at you, right? Keep screaming at me. I don't like you. Stop, right? What you're doing is you're fighting a lion, right? You're going, go away, get out of here. I don't like you, right? You're battling the danger, which reaffirms that, yes, we are in danger. Keep that alarm on. This is why your anxiety has been hanging around for so long. So what's the opposite of that? What's the opposite of trying to get rid of something? What's the opposite of getting rid of something, rushing it out the door, fixing it, analyzing it, trying to figure it out, trying to get rid of it, distract from it, trying to redirect from it? Well, the opposite is allow it to be there, let it do its thing, right? And engage in a routine. It's going to take time. This energy that you have has to set this fire, this burning fire is going to slowly calm down and die down. And when it does, and you become a professional allower, right? 3 to 5 minutes each time, times maybe 300 to 500 times a day, while you're doing the work, while you're doing all the pillars, right? When you start doing the work, you're going to have more things that the brain is going to send you. Stuff that's been hidden in your shadow for many years that you have been avoiding, that you have been suppressing. This is stored energy, is draining your battery. It's taking the storage, right? It's taking up all the storage, and now you're buffering. Now you're, right? Anything small happens, you have a freak out, you got symptoms. Your allostatic loads are overflowing. You're at capacity. So our goal is to fully empty that, right? Number one. Number two, our goal when that empties is to also bring your survival state down, right? Bring that baseline down, right? One drop at a time, one day at a time. We don't try to rush it. We don't try to release too much because we don't want to put gasoline. We don't want to pour gasoline on the fire, right? And over time, you have to be willing to have more of the anxiety. So, right, ask for more of it. And we take away the resistance. We allow it to pass through our chest or our neck. That's what I used to do, right? Like Claire Weeks taught us many years ago. She said, picture it as a cloud and let it pass through your chest. Right? For me, I used to name it. I used to go, hey, Limby, I know I'm feeling some energy here. I'm feeling a big charge on my chest right now. What is it? Show me the fear. Show me what you got. Give me more of it. Right? Totally embrace it. Totally open yourself up to it. And picture it passing through your chest and through your neck, leaving out through your back. And repeat that as you need throughout the day. The more you do this day in, day out, right, sticking to a nice routine, it will slowly stop the inner battle that you have with the resistance. Because resistance brings an inner battle, which brings that survival state up. And when you have a survival state that's blaring the alarms, you're going to get thoughts, symptoms, feelings, sensations, pain. Right? These are the alarms to get your attention because you're elevated, you're activated. When you're activated, it sends alarms. Makes sense? So we want to calm our system down, right? It calms down as a consequence. You don't actually try to force it to calm down. What you do is you start to dissolve the energy. You let it be there. You take away the resistance. You elevate, right? You live your life with your routine. You follow the routine and you stick to it every day. Eventually, the system will calm down by itself, and the anxiety will slowly turn off. because it's not needed anymore. So this is, like I said, this is a long game. This isn't, well, okay, just give me something now. I need to feel good now. And this is the reason why people get stuck, because they're always trying to press pause, feel good now, and they're managing, right? They're trying to activate the vagus nerve. They're trying to have short-term relief, and they're not getting to the root. By allowing what needs to come up and feeling it and dissolving it, instead of suppressing what needs to be felt. And then you need these coping mechanisms for years on, and then people get stuck using these coping mechanisms. So you're just managing, you're just coping, you never get to the root, you never resolve it. And with me, what I teach people to fully resolve and get to the root. Yeah, it takes time. Yeah, it's hard. Right now it's going to be the hardest thing you do. But if you think about it, right, with the 40 years or so, the bullshit that you've been through and programmed it there, because life threw you curveballs, if it only takes 3 to 4 years to fully recover and be free, that's pretty good compared to managing for the rest of your life and dealing with anxiety, which is harder. Having 40 more years of this bullshit, or 3 more years of it and being free of it after, and having the tools and the knowledge, right? Learning the tools and the knowledge that you need so that you can use it for the rest of your life. And it'll never be a problem for you. It'll never get to a point where it's a chronic issue anymore. You'll just be a cork in water, up and down, moving through it, having relief, having freedom. When before, things got stuck, things got chronic, things started to build up, right? Symptoms manifested. We don't want to be in that state. We want to be moving through the energy and releasing it and moving on with our lives. We got a life to live. We got shit to do. We don't want to waste our time trying to get rid of anxiety for 40 years. You don't want to be wasting your time and money on seeing naturopaths, taking supplements, managing with diets, avoidance behaviors, right? We want to face this head on, face it, to erase it, feel it, to heal it, right? And release ourselves from that prison and get our lives back. So when people are like, how do I get rid of this? Well, you've been trying to get rid of it for 20 years. That's why it's still there. Stop trying to get rid of it. Allow it to be there. Let it do its thing and engage. Right? Do the work. Do all the pillars, the 7 pillars. Learn the allow method. Right? And if you need any support, join my membership. Right? It'll teach you the allow method. And all the support that you need is there. Also, keep watching the videos. Right? The community is there to support you. If you do the work, you're going to do it. You're going to fully recover. You'll be free from the anxiety and the symptoms and the sensations. 100%. You can do it. Stick to it. Get out there and get uncomfortable.